Kitty, I know you like to get frisky. And you want a all-you-can-eat buffet, a Purina, all-you-can-eat buffet of turkey gravy. And I just scratch you, baby. Ooh, you just so frisky. Look at that. Look at that kitty. Look at that kitty. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yes, you burr. Yes, you. Ooh, look at. There you go. Oh, got me. You see. Oh, he's bitey. You're bitey. You're. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that tail. Look at that tail going. Look at that tail going. Oh, yes, you burr. Oh, yeah. Look at them choppers. You just a chopping. Just a chopping. You see, oh, look at that kitty.
I was listening to some Escape from Maine, the recent page, writing the first page of the the novel, that aspect, which starts on page 61. And yeah, the ghostly father figure is kind of an homage, I guess you could say, my dad. But the blue overalls and the Vietnam era hat. My dad did wear a lot of blue overalls throughout, raising my sister and I. He wore kind of farmer outfits, but he was a millionaire, but he dressed in blue overalls and usually wore farmer hats. The Vietnam era hat, something he's wore over the past, 10 years or 5 years, 10 or 5 years or so. I guess honoring the Vietnam era, because he was drafted to Vietnam, and he taught special intelligence for the Army. So he taught radar, which is pretty important even today. But that's not what he excelled in. He wasn't a lifer. He excelled in jewelry, in refinery, like chemistry. He was kind of a chemist. But he was a refinery of gold and silver and diamonds. And anyway, I don't really get into that in Escape from Maine. I just kind of talk to him. He's kind of like a Obi-Wan Kenobi's character in the original Star Wars, which would be called The New Hope for all you Generation Z and on. Maybe a little Generation Y too. I hate to say that. Generation Xers, they're only like the first three. We call them the first three, but which is Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and that's all we care about. Yeah, we had to sit through the whole, I don't want to get into it, but we had to sit through the whole Phantom Menace and kind of grind our teeth through it while all the little kids are sitting there popping popcorn in their mouth, like, just, I love this, mommy. They don't even know what Star Wars is. Regardless, he is the Obi-Wan Kenobi character that comes to help Luke. So he's helping him through the story. The father character, who I want Alec Baldwin to play, when Alec Baldwin gets out of the spa, is it's kind of comical. I think Alec Baldwin, my uncle looks a lot like Alec Baldwin. He really does. My uncle could be even a little bit better looking than Alec Baldwin. English descent. I think Alec Baldwin was Irish. But Alec Baldwin has that kind of forceful grumpiness, get into that age, if he still wants to act. I don't know. We could always find someone else. I hate to say that, Mr. Baldwin, but I know Baldwin's big with the Actor Studio, and one of our greatest actors, of course, Glenn Ross. A, B, C. Always be closing. Put that coffee down. Coffee is for closers only. We know how it goes. But the ghostly father figure is kind of there as a little bit of a comic routine. But Alec Baldwin knows a lot about comedy. I also played Stanley Kowalski in Streetcar Named Desire. I know Baldwin hates paparazzi. I don't claim to be. Grabbed a paparazzi guy one time. But it's up to him, you know. I know he's a big northerner. I'm a big southerner. But regardless, the scene that I was, you know, listening to, the ghostly father figure appears in his bedroom. He's writing the first page to Escape from Maine. And the ghostly father figure says, "What to write? What to write? Am I in it?" And I don't know, you know, if I want to sing-songy like that. You know, he's sincerely, you know, "What to write? What to write? Am I in it?" And then he kind of disappears. So he has these like one-liners that disappear. So I was thinking, you know, we could green screen him in or something. I don't know. You know, when the thing went down with, excuse me. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. When the thing went down with Robert Downey Jr., also one of our greatest actors, played Chaplin, wonderful. When the thing went down with Robert Downey Jr., he was released a little early so he could do a movie. I don't know which movie it was. But he got better. They saved him. And now he's still one of their greatest actors. But I guess in a way, this is just to let Baldwin know that people are still wanting to cast him and things. And hope is an important thing. Anyway, the ghostly father figure is integral in Escape from Maine because it is kind of a supernatural, otherworldly thing that happens in a way, not really. It's more like a memory kind of thing that he's remembering his father. His father's voice is there with him as he's struggling to get out of Maine because he's kind of trapped there. And I just picture Baldwin in that kind of role, you know. Another thing, too, is about Baldwin is he did the thing with Michael Keaton. Beetlejuice. And that voice, he has a voice. And this is supposed to be a fatherly voice. So obviously I would, you know, and even the casting director would probably be like, "You're right, Cole, on that one, okay? Okay. I may not get my way with Johnny Whitworth, but maybe we'll get Johnny Whitworth in it. I don't know. If he wants to, it's up to him. But Baldwin would be great for the ghostly father figure, you know, the voice. And then, you know, then we're all rich and everybody's happy and we're all throwing snowballs and laughing. Remember the days of James Lipton? With glee, I throw this snowball at you. Smash! Look, everybody, it's Alec Baldwin throwing snowballs. Hey, Baldwin, we're going to the shooting range. You know, we're going to throw the balls, snowballs. Not a Western, but it is a movie about, a guy writing a story, a book. But what happened was tragic and wrong, and people are not always trained properly to help act. See, actors need help. It's a whole cast of people. It's a whole production that's behind. An actor can easily be hurt. Baldwin could have joked around and done something stupid and hurt himself. You know, you give an actor something like that, you should be fired immediately and never return to the industry. It could hurt him as well as other people. And to blame him is absurd. Absolutely wrong. Baldwin had it was like giving someone a live bomb and running away, and then blaming the actor. You know, here's this fake bomb, and then the bomb blowing up, and you know it would no, you know, absolutely not. No guns on set with me for the rest of my career. No guns on set, nowhere near for me on my career, on what I'm choosing as a director. I will do no westerns, no crime drama, nothing. There's a reason for these things. But I cannot think of anything more painful to happen to an actor, to be put in that kind of situation. The agony is horrible. I couldn't watch the media stuff on it. I couldn't watch the interview. I couldn't watch the interrogation. I couldn't watch it. And I won't watch it today. I respect him as an actor, always have, since I saw him in Prelude to a Kiss. I think it's horrible. This is torture to put on a person. And to even, you know, if any of those people that blamed him got put in that situation, they would understand exactly how he feels. To even blame him is completely absurd and wrong and ridiculous. It's literally like putting a bomb, a fake bomb that was a real bomb, in his hands and then running away and saying it's not going to really blow up. Armory's fault, 100%, leave him alone. I think he should sue those people that went after him. I think he did sue them, but even if it's a governmental institution, they better watch out, because he can come back and countersue. Governments and institutions have been sued for being wrong. They should leave him alone. And this charge that's against him is absolutely absurd, should be removed. And if I make it, I'll definitely help him with that. I'll help him with that, because I help actors. I think it's absolutely absurd. And get that charge removed. Get that clean from his conscience. It's not his fault, 100% sure. There's no way. Now, when I was on set in the X-Files, they taped a gun on my back, because I had to walk through a machine. I had to walk through it was like a fake thermal machine that they created for Doggett. And Doggett has a gun taped to his back, which is a little dangerous. So they got me to do it. And they duct tape a little automatic gun to my back. So when he walks through this thermal screen, through the FBI thing, you could see it and you could see my image turning around and stuff like this. And that was just like a body double. When they did it to me, they opened the gun, they opened the barrel, or they opened the chamber, and I got to look through the chamber. They showed me the clip that it was empty. They cocked it and everything to make sure, because it was a real gun. But they showed me, the armory showed me the gun. And they showed me to look through the chamber and had me, they said, listen, Cole, look through, they didn't say my name, but they look through they had to do, these were legal things that were not done on the set of Rust, that were absent from the set of Rust, and put the actor in terrible danger. I'm surprised Baldwin didn't get killed. He has his life, but I'm surprised he didn't get killed. They should be sued. The armory, problems with the armory. They're incompetent people, bad. And they did get sued. Why they went after him, who knows? Maybe money, maybe power. It makes me mad. So I'm against what they did to a certain person. I'm against the mistreatment of what they did with Alec Baldwin. I think it was evil and wrong and bad. And shame on them, shame on whatever state that was, whatever. I don't even like thinking about it. But the reason I'm bringing up Baldwin is because I still value him as an actor, and I think this would be a good role for him if we get it launched. Green screen him or get his voice or whatever, however we can do it, whatever kind of contracts. But I'm very upset about everything that happened in the media and them covering it, and I think they should be sued. I mean, his job was to do a certain thing. Actor, pick up the hose. Actor, pick up the gun, pull the trigger. And these were the things that he was following. It's probably in the script. Look in the script. And that's just setting a person up. That's why I won't work with any type of armory. I'll just have it absent from the set. CGI it, whatever. It's just not worth it, But this script has no guns in it. It's about a guy writing a story up in Maine, trying to get out of a real wintry situation. I think I'm in the wrong area. I'm looking for a Buffalo Wild Wings. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that situation. I spent about 12 minutes talking about it. Every actor in Hollywood, every actor known to man would say that Baldwin is not to blame. It's absurd to put him in that kind of situation. I didn't like working with swords. When I worked with swords in certain aspects, we had to work with swords. I prayed about it. I would talk to the other actor, say, look, this is not safe. Conan Barbarian, someone lost a finger working with swords. A lady lost one of her fingers working. And with John Milius, it was one of the actresses, and it was like a sword thing. They were working with a sword. So I was, we weren't wearing chainmail gloves or anything like that. So, I would pray with the actor, and I'd say, listen, we got to focus on this. You know, these are like kind of real swords. They're decorative swords. People don't realize how crazy. And it happened to Brandon Lee, but with Brandon Lee, that was kind of an error with the gun, you know, and why they're allowing this to happen, I don't know. They're going to have to do a lot of research on this so that we can be more safe, you know, so that we can be safer people when we're dealing in the industry, so that we can do things in a safe way and not blame the actor who's in the center of it. Something falls on the actor and kills the actor. That's a studio that gets sued. Man. Anyway, I gotta find this Buffalo Wild Wing. Something happens, these are supposed to be boneless, they came out traditional, just redo it, and everything is gonna receive. Thank you. So there is traditional and there is boneless. We're taught not to care, but some do. Some are more advanced, you know, so they're remaking it to boneless. They can figure these things out through technology. This is good, because I work for the media, and I'm gonna show you something real quick, and this is for Child Help.
Child Help,
okay, and this is www.childhelp.org. It's a supply drive, 5 Too Many. Okay, yeah, I have heard of them. So y'all do backpacks, and what else?
A backpack supply drive to help those kids entering the system.
Okay, Child Help, got it.
A lot of times they're going in with the clothes on their body or trash bag with their belongings.
Right.
So every bag purchased by the community, Child Help fills it up with brand new clothes, toys, toiletry and shoe, even treatment and therapy for that child. We do accept cash or card with those immediate email receipts.
Appreciate
also
you.
fully tax deductible.
Got you. All right. So you also help with toys?
Absolutely. Therapeutic toys, music therapy. We have the sleeping bag that goes with the tent so those kids can go outside and play. We also have art therapy so those kids can be creative and draw. We also have like stuffed animals. Okay. That way those kids can have something to hold.
Founded in 1959 by Sarah O'Meara and Yvonne Feddersen. Prevention and treatment. So it's a private organization. It's private?
It's a nationwide program. So
it's nationwide, but it's still probably private.
So we've locally partnered up with Casa, Safe Haven, and Helping Hands. And then we have treatment centers, advocacy centers in the East Coast and the West Coast. Child Help's been involved with every law that's got to pass on about
it's not government funded, it's private.
No, yes, sir. So
it is
we're
private.
Not federally funded.
Yeah. Well, if you're not federal, then you've got to be private.
We have some federal funding. Not everything is federally funded.
Not everything, okay.
Yeah, because Child Help does a lot of separate.
Well, it would say .gov. It says .org.
Oh, okay.
That's the way to figure it out right there. So it doesn't say .gov, but you're still an organization that cares. Yeah, there's Lena Pope Home. We've done stuff on Lena Pope Home.
Okay.
Yeah, Lena Pope Home. But this is something that is going to at least reach out and help and bring awareness. Great, appreciate you. And what's your name?
Angel.
Angel?
Angel, yeah.
Your name is Angel?
Yeah.
That's my second wife's name. Yeah, and then your name?
George.
George, nice to meet you, George. Thank you. And this looks really great. That was George and Angel, and they're helping out with Child Help. They get some government funding, but they're mostly private organization. I recommended them to Lena Pope Home, which is a church right over there by Central Market. All right, looks like they got it. So it's all boneless. A little cigar shop. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Lots of cigar. Right, so I'm currently was listening to Mayonnaise, Siamese Dream, Smashing Pumpkins, and I was listening to a live version, and then I switched over to Soma off Siamese Dream. It's a good one. I like it. I picture like snow, Dover Foxcroft, maybe like crazy stars through a glistening frozen windshield. Like slow-mo shots of him going through the city, lights bright, a little segment of Soma. If you ever listen to Soma, maybe like around Christmas time, because I would want to include Christmas time. You know, I listen to Smashing Pumpkins around Christmas time sometimes. So it's like cold outside, lots of ice, snow, maybe a moose, the moose's eyes, like, okay, I gotta go. And then a deer, like a deer antler. All right, we'll be picking up your Whataburger. and dropping that Whataburger off at your doorstep. Okay. So there's a place called the Bear Den in Maine, Dover Foxcroft, and it got cold at night. So I picture, this is kind of crazy, but Soma's a cool song, and it, you know, the snow and the wind and all that stuff fits with Smashing Pumpkins. So you got the Smashing Pumpkins or a band similar, or just maybe the Smashing Pumpkins if they're on board. Let me see what's going on right here. Okay, something about ketchup or something. Anyway, regardless. Okay. So passing the Bear Den, I always like this kind of stuff, you know, very Apocalypse Now kind of thing. And this is like a generation film. So they're passing the Bear Den, and then they're like on the patio or something, rocking out in slow-mo. And it's like the Smashing Pumpkins or something, you know. And like Billy's in there like singing on the guitar, but it's like slow-mo, Soma's playing, you know. But they're like on a patio or something. They're like, you got sweaters and, you know, like you know, scarves, all that kind of stuff. And they're like on a patio or something. You see that. There were some live bands. We saw some live bands. But it'd be cool, you know, to see him driving by and he sees the band, and he sees, you know, he sees Smashing Pumpkins or something playing, even though it would be kind of, you know, he's listening to it on the CD player on his, well, it'd actually be on the jack through the HTC merge, be plugged into the Rios, you know, into this thing down here. And so he's listening to Soma, and then he sees them, and then he drives by, you know. It's just kind of like a moment, like generation kind of moment, because Smashing Pumpkins were part of my generation. And then he sees like the deer, and then he sees like the moose and icicles and snow falling, and it goes into like a little montage, something I might want to add to a note card. Now if I commit and say Smashing Pumpkins, there can always be a band that kind of looks like them, you know, just in case Billy don't want to fly up to Maine and do that particular shot for that little segment. You can still get people that kind of look like them, you know. And that can also be part of it, you know, because it's like, it's not a dream completely, but it's like he thinks he sees them, you know, but it's another guy kind of looks like him playing guitar. And he thinks about him because he's listening to him in his car. There's a lot of driving around I did in Maine, filming trees and filming the wilderness and on my Sony camera, and then, like, you know, listening to music. There was a lot of that. So there will be some of that in the movie. Soma's a good song. It's off of Siamese Dream. Check it out. Come here, kitty. How you doing? All right. Give me a kissy. It's good.